Welcome back, students. In this session, we discuss the Dulong-Petit law, the classical model of specific heat of solids. Pierre Dulong and Alex Petit, the two French physicists, are known for this law concerned with specific heat of metals, which they formulated in 1819. This model, the classical theory, based on kinetic theory of gases, and it assumes that a solid behaves as a three-dimensional harmonic oscillator with n independently vibrating atoms vibrating about their mean position. Suppose if we consider a solid consisting of n independent atoms, then the main assumption of this model is each atom is treated as an harmonic oscillator oscillating independently about its mean position. So if we take the entire solid behaves like a three-dimensional harmonic oscillator. Such a system can be treated as equivalent to 3n independent one-dimensional harmonic oscillators. We know that there are 3 degrees of freedom. So n three-dimensional harmonic oscillators can be treated as equivalent to 3n one-dimensional harmonic oscillators. This is in accordance with the law of equipartition of energy. Now, from kinetic theory of gases, we know that the kinetic energy associated with each degree of freedom of the atom of a monatomic gas at temperature T Kelvin is given by half kT, where K is the Boltzmann's constant. An atom has 3 translational degrees of freedom. Further, each translational degree of freedom, there are 2 additional degrees of freedom because the energy can appear either kinetic energy or potential. So accordingly, we know that for one atom, the energy associated is kinetic energy is equal to half kT. Since we have 3 degrees of freedom, so total energy, kinetic energy associated is 3 into half kT. So energy may also appear as potential energy. So corresponding to 3 degrees of freedom, the potential energy is 3 into half into kT. Therefore, the total internal energy, that is the vibrational energy, is equal to U is equal to the sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. So we can write the total vibrational energy of a mole of the solid equal to U is equal to 3 degrees of freedom into 2 additional degrees of freedom corresponding to kinetic energy and potential energy into n atoms present in 1 mole of the gas into energy associated with each atom per degree of freedom is half kT. So simplifying this, we get 3n kT, where kb or simply k is the Boltzmann's constant. Now, if we take 1 mole of the gas, then the number of atoms corresponds to Avogadro number. In that case, we know that Na Kb is equal to universal gas constant R. So the internal energy of the system is equal to 3 RT for 1 mole of the solid. Here R is the universal gas constant whose value in CGS units is 1.97 calories per mole per Kelvin. Also we know that the molar heat capacity of the solid consisting of n atoms at constant volume is given by Cv is equal to du by dt at constant volume. That is the change in internal energy with temperature keeping the volume constant. We already know the expression for internal energy U. Substituting from equation 1, we get Cv is equal to d by dt of 3 RT. So differentiating with respect to temperature T, we get 3R. That is the specific heat capacity is equal to 3R. Substituting a value of universal gas constant, we get the value of specific heat capacity is equal to 24.943 joules per Kelvin, kg per Kelvin. Now, this is an important result originally arrived by Dulong and Petit in 1819 and is known as Dulong-Petit's law. Now, from this relation, it is clear that the RHS of this equation is 3R. 3 is a number, R is the universal constant, and it is a constant. So, the specific heat capacity is the same for all the metals or all the solids. That is the important conclusion of Dulong-Petit's law. Let us state the law. According to this Dulong-Petit's law, the molar specific heat capacity remains constant for all solids and is equal to 5.96 calories per mole per Kelvin or 24.93 joules per kg per Kelvin at all temperatures. That is, if you plot a graph of specific heat capacity Cv as a function of temperature, at all the temperatures specific heat capacity remains a constant and it is equal to 3R. This is called as graphical representation of Dulong-Petit's law. Now let us discuss the results. The molar specific heat capacity, the success of the theory, the molar specific heat capacity is constant for a solid and is independent of temperature and the nature of the solid and frequency of lattice vibrations. The main result that is arrived from the Dulong-Petit's law is specific heat capacity is a constant and is independent of the temperature and nature of the solids. Whatever may be the solid, the specific heat capacity will remain the same and it is also independent of frequency of lattice vibrations. The first result. This law is in good agreement with experimental results at elevated temperatures. At high temperatures, this law is in close agreement with the experimental results obtained for many solids including metals. For some solids, even at room temperature, this law is in close agreement with the experimental results. It holds good just below the melting point at which Cv starts to rise. Now let us understand this with the help of graph. Now observe here, at higher temperatures, the specific heat capacity remains a constant for all the metals, solids including metals, almost all the solids including metals. Even for some solids, it law holds good even at room temperature also. And the restriction for this law is limited only to the solid state. So below the melting point, the law holds good. Now when the temperature of a solid reaches to its melting point, the specific heat capacity is about to rise, so the law gets deviated. Below the melting point of any solid, this law holds good for most of the solids at elevated temperatures and for some solids even at room temperatures. These are the success points related with Dulong-Petit's law. This law has certain limitations or failures. Let us list out those limitations. Nernst and Lindemann showed that specific heat capacity decreases with decrease in temperature. Go back. Now observe here, the graph shows that this is the experimental curve. This thick line shows the theoretical curve, that is Dulong-Petit curve, and this line, the graph represented with dotted line, represents the actual experimental curve. The experimental curve shows that the specific heat capacity decreases with decrease in temperature, and at 0 Kelvin it vanishes. The electropositive metals such as sodium, cesium, magnesium, calcium show an increase in specific heat above the maximum value 3R with the increase in temperature. The experimental observation shows that for some metals, if we take typical example of sodium, cesium, magnesium, calcium, the specific heat capacity does not remain the constant, but it shows an increase in its value above the maximum value of 3R with the increase in temperature. This is against Dulong-Petit's law. So the law fails. The law fails for explaining the specific heat in case of lighter elements such as boron, beryllium, and carbon. For the experimental value of specific heat capacity is much lower than 3R. Now from the points 2 and 3 it is clear that for metals specific heat capacity is greater than 3R. In case of lighter elements it is much lower than 3R, which are not in agreement with the theoretical Dulong-Petit's law. So experimental behavior is not fulfilled by the theoretical curve. The most significantly at very low temperatures less than 20 Kelvin, the specific heat capacity of all the solids decreases steeply and vanishes at 0 Kelvin. Now observe here, at low temperatures less than about 20 K, there is a sudden fall in specific heat capacity of all the solids and it vanishes at temperature equal to 0 Kelvin. This behavior, experimental observation, could not be explained based on Dulong-Petit's law. Moreover, Einstein found that Dulong-Petit's law fails badly in case of diamond. Now observe the graph. Here we have 4 different samples: diamond, aluminum, silver, and lead. For lead, the curve is almost holds good. The Dulong-Petit's law almost in agreement with the experimental results at higher temperatures. Whereas for other substances, the law slightly deviates from the experimental values. Whereas for diamond, there is a large difference between the theoretical values and the experimental values. In case of diamond, the Dulong-Petit's law fails to a large extent. This was the observation made by Einstein, and in order to explain this large deviation, Einstein modulated another model of specific heat of solids based on quantum theory, and that model is called as quantum theory of specific heat of solids, or Einstein's model of specific heat capacity.